Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to embark on a fascinating journey through time to explore Sumer, the first known civilization in history. Situated in ancient Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians were one of the world's first great civilizations, located in southern Mesopotamia, in what is now Iraq. Their exact origin is still a matter of debate. Some believe they are descendants of the Proto-Euphrateans or Ubaidians, a group of people who developed from the Samara culture in northern Mesopotamia, but they appear to have migrated to the region between 4,500 and 4000 BCE. The Sumerian occupation of the region involved the development of city-states such as Uruk, which is often considered the oldest city in the world, Eridu, and Lagash. They organized themselves into small communities that grew in complexity, eventually forming urban centers. The height of the Sumerian Empire occurred during the Ur-III period, around 2100 BCE, when the city of Ur became the center of a powerful hegemony. This period was marked by centralized administration and great public works. Some of the most notable rulers include Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, and Gudea of Lagash. These leaders not only ruled their cities but also sponsored major building projects and left detailed inscriptions about their accomplishments. Conflicts between Sumerian city-states were common, usually over issues of resources such as water and fertile land. Cities were often ruled by military leaders called Ensi or Lugal. They were polytheists, believing in many gods and goddesses who controlled different aspects of the universe. Each city-state had its own divine patron, such as Enki in Eridu and Inanna in Uruk. The Sumerian religion included many myths and legends. They also celebrated festivals and had a significant literary tradition. They invented cuneiform, which is one of the earliest forms of writing. This writing was carved on clay tablets and used to record everything from accounting to epic poetry, including the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is one of the oldest literary works in the world. This epic addresses themes such as mortality and the quest for immortality. Major gods and goddesses included An, god of the sky, Enlil, god of wind and storms, Enki, god of water and wisdom, and Inanna, goddess of love and war. The Sumerians performed various rituals and sacrifices to please their gods. These rituals included offerings of food, drink, and occasionally animals. The Sumerian view of the afterlife was bleak. They believed that after death, souls went to the Kur, a dark and dreary land where the souls of the dead lived a somber existence. The Sumerian religion not only influenced their society and culture, but also had a lasting impact on subsequent Mesopotamian civilizations. These religious practices and beliefs reflect an attempt to understand and control the unpredictable elements of the world around them. They were astute observers of the sky, using their mathematical skills to predict astronomical events such as eclipses and the movements of the planets. This application of mathematics to astronomy demonstrates the interconnection between science and mathematics in ancient Mesopotamia. The Sumerians are credited with several fundamental inventions, including cuneiform writing, the wheel, the plow, and advanced irrigation techniques. These advances had a lasting impact on the development of later civilizations. In mathematics, they created multiplication and division tables to solve complex mathematical problems. They developed a sexagesimal counting system, a numerical system based on 60, which still influences our units to this day, of time in hours, minutes, and seconds, and angle, degrees, which they used mainly in their construction practices, with geometric principles to build precise structures, ensuring stability and symmetry, such as temples and ziggurats, and in agriculture, to plan and divide land efficiently, using leveling and measurement techniques to optimize land use. They invented the fermented drink, beer, which was an extremely popular drink among the Sumerians. They had a goddess of beer called Ninkasi, and even a hymn dedicated to her that describes the process of making beer. They developed laws before the famous Code of Hammurabi. The Sumerians already had their own legal codes, such as those of Ur-Nammu, which are some of the oldest legal texts known. They had an advanced knowledge of medicine for the time, used medicinal plants and healing practices, and their recipes and treatments were recorded on clay tablets. In addition, they performed basic surgeries and had a rudimentary understanding of anatomy. Sumerian trade was extensive and involved exchange with distant regions, such as the Indus Valley, Egypt, and Anatolia. They exchanged products such as textiles, grains, metals, and precious stones. They were vain, known for their care for their personal appearance. They wore cosmetics, wigs, and jewelry, and Sumerian women often painted their lips and eyes. In architecture, they built ziggurats, huge pyramid-shaped temples that dominated the cityscape and served as religious centers. The ziggurats were considered the homes of the gods on earth, and only priests could access the upper levels. Sumerian architecture was innovative, using mud bricks and advanced irrigation systems. Archaeological sites include Uruk, and Eridu. Excavations at these sites have revealed temples, palaces, and extensive cuneiform inscriptions that provide a detailed look at Sumerian life. Sumerian art included sculpture, pottery, and goldsmithing, such as the Uruk vase. This monumental vase, also known as the Warka vase, is one of the most iconic pieces of Sumerian art, and the colossal statue of Sargon of Akkad, who founded the first Mesopotamian empire, are currently in the National Museum of Iraq in Baghdad. The statue of King Gudea, a ruler of Lagash, is famous for its detailed and realistic depiction. It is in the British Museum in London. These seal cylinders were used to sign documents and are known for their intricate engravings. Many of them are housed in museums around the world, including the Louvre in Paris and the Oriental Institute Museum at the University of Chicago. The statue of King Entemena, another ruler of Lagash, is in the British Museum. These pieces are testaments to the skill and sophistication of Sumerian artists and offer a fascinating insight into the culture and society of this ancient civilization. If you have the opportunity to visit these museums, you will certainly have an enriching experience. The decline of the Sumerians began around 2000 BCE, when invasions by Amorites and Elamites, along with climatic and internal changes, weakened their city-states. Eventually, they were absorbed by new empires that arose in the region. We have reached the end of another journey in the history of civilizations. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and share it. Until next time.